All right, shalom. This is Khanat Sa'an Banya Shawla from the GMS Lions in Camp. First and foremost, I'd like to give all glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, HaKakadash Ma'mah. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. All right, just doing a quick response to the video that Apostle Hart put it up, talking about arrows, referring to the missiles being the modern day arrows. All right, so I'm just going to touch on it a little bit. Lord willing, that it's edifying and it serves its purpose. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into it. All right, so I'm gonna start out with just talking about the history of arrows and missiles and things and the development of them and things like that. All right, because you had the first atomic bomb or whatever created by America, um, and then shortly after that, um, I think that was in World War II. Shortly after that, Russia developed their own nuclear missile. All right, so it's not a coincidence that these two powerhouse nations of Edom um, uh, strategized together with scientists to put together um, this technology. All right, but it was all created by the will and the power of Yahweh by Shem Shai. All right, because matter of fact, let me get a scripture real quick. All right, so this is all done by Yahweh by Shem Shai, man, and his doing. It says, this is Proverbs 16:4. It says, "The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil." All right, so basically, he set this so-called white man up into power. He said he shall destroy them with their own wicked devices. All right, he shall take the crafty in their own craftiness. So they're trying to develop these missiles to mainly destroy Israel. All right, but in the midst of that, they're going to get rid of all these other nations, powerhouse nations, to establish themselves as the top nation. Um, but it's going to come back, and destruction is going to be upon them. All right, that was the whole purpose of Esau being created. All right, next scripture I want to get is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. It says, "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be burning and fuel of fire." All right, when it say with burning and fuel of fire, what exactly is it talking about? It's talking about them ICBM nuclear missiles. All right, which is going to come forth and destroy this place, man. All right, just take down the king of Babylon, take down these other nations, and then usher in the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Next scripture is Isaiah 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the master to destroy, or waster to destroy." All right. So he created all this just to do his will. Just to do his will. How about Shimi Shai created all this just to do his will and to show his power throughout the earth. All right. Jeremiah 30:24, it says, "The fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he hath done it, and till he have performed the intent of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it." All right, we shall get an understanding in these latter days of what his intent is. Oh goodness, shocking. So that's just it. All right, so he created this wicked devil, right, for the day of destruction, and he created the way this devil was going to pretty much destroy himself in a sense, but it's all going to be done to the will you know what I'm saying, of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he mustered up those thoughts, as a matter of fact, and he put it in their minds. Let me get Revelation 17 and 17. It says, For Yahweh hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall be fulfilled. All right, so he's putting these thoughts in his heart. He turned the earth over to the hand of the wicked, according to Job 9 and 24, and he set it up in the mind of Esau, setting up the pride of Esau for him to pretty much bring forth this destruction and the indignation of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, so let me get a couple of things. I went and got on Wikipedia on the internet talking about missiles. All right, so the word missile in relation to the missiles being arrows, because it's pretty much a missile is a modern day arrow. All right, it's the same idea, the same concept. As a matter of fact, they used to dip the tips of the missiles in oil and set them on fire and send them through the skies, just like how you would do a missile. Okay, all right. All right, it says fire arrows. Fire arrows were one of the earliest forms of weaponized gunpowder, not to be confused with the earlier incendiary arrow projectiles. That fire arrows was as gunpowder weapons, which received its name from the translated Chinese term huizhan, which literally means fire arrow. In China, a fire arrow referred to as a gunpowder projectile consisting of a bag of incendiary gunpowder attached to the staff of an arrow from the 9th century onward. Later on soil fueled rockets utilizing gunpowder were used to provide arrows with propulsive force, and the term fire arrows came from the synonym with rockets in the Chinese language. In their language, such as Sanskrit's fire arrows underwent a different Semitic shift, became a synonym with cannon. Fire arrows were predecessors for fire lances, first firearm. All right, rocket invention. All right, dating of the appearance of the gunpowder propelled fire arrows, were otherwise known as rockets, is disputed. The history of song attributes the inventions of two different people at different times. Fing Zhasheng in 969 and Tang Fu in 1000. However, Joseph Needham argues that the rockets could not have existed prior to the 12th century, since the gunpowder formulas listed in Wujing Zangayo are not suitable as rocket propellants. All right, so basically the whole invention of the rocket and the missile came from the arrow. It started out as a regular arrow. All right, let me get that real quick. All right, started out as a regular arrow. Okay, it says, all right, it says a bow consists of a semi-rigid but elastic arc with a high tense bowstring joining the ends of two limbs of the bow. An arrow is a projectile that is a point tip and a long shaft with stabilizer fins, fetching towards the back with a narrow notch at the very end to contact the bowstring. All right, to load an arrow for shooting, knocking an arrow, the archer places an arrow across the middle of the bow with the string in the arrow's notch. To shoot, the archer pulls back and draws the arrow, which also pulls the bowstring and flexes the bow limbs, storing elastic energy. All right, this is the energy that I was using. Typically, the archer's sights along the arrow is to aim it. Finally, the archer looses the arrow, allowing the limbs stored potential energy to convert into kinetic energy, which is transmitted via the bowstring to arrow, propelling it to fly forward with high velocity. All right. So that's the makeup and the structure of a bow and arrow. That's the first form of a missile. Because the word missile means to send forth. All right, comes from a Latin word meaning to send forth. Matter of fact, all right, this is this is the word missile. All right, the word missile comes from the Latin verb mittere, meaning to send. All right, to propel, to send forth, just like the arrow. So the basic concept of the missile comes from the bow and arrow. All right, went from the arrow, regular bow and arrow, to the fiery arrows, to your missiles. All right, just like in just like how Yahweh said, I created the smith to blow up the coals, to create the weapon for his righteous anger. All right, okay, so it says, in military uses, mentions projected towards a target are broadly categorized as follows. All right, a powered, guided munition that travels through the air or space, known as a missile. All right, guided missile. Well, how is arrow guided? It was guided by the bow. All right. So now your modern day bow is the fuel and the power that's inside these missiles to propel it. You no longer need to stretch back a bow because it's fueled. It's powered by fuel now. All right. It has rockets. It has, propel it. It says a power unguided um, munition is known as a rocket. An unpowered munition not fired from a gun are called bombs, whether guided or not. Unpowered guided munitions are known as guided bombs or smart bombs. All right. So basically, the word missile means to send or to send forth. All right. So basically, and what does an arrow do? It propels. It goes forward. All right. So basically, the arrow, when it's spoken of in the scriptures, man, it's talking about the missiles. All right, and because the missiles are the modern day arrows. That's where you get your rockets and your missiles from. All right, from that technology. All right, so let me get a couple of scriptures on who these missiles are meant for. All right, well, obviously we know it's meant for Esau, but it's meant for 2/3 of our nation also. All right, let me get Isaiah 14:4. It says, thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how has the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. All right. So that golden city is America, and the oppressor is Esau. All right. And the Most High is about to put a stop to this, man. All right. Matter of fact, let me get Isaiah 13:11. It says, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And I will make a man more precious than fine gold. All right, who is the haughtiness of the haughtiness of pride of Obadiah? The haughtiness meaning the pride. All right, it's the pride of Esau, man. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even man than the gold wedge of Ophir. All right, so basically, how is he doing that? Through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. He's going to have 144,000 men that stand up in the day of Yahweh Bashim. We're already, Lord willing, we're part of the elect, but we're already standing up on the highways and byways and making these videos on the internet, flooding the internet and flooding the streets with these prophecies, man. Standing boldly in the face of our oppressors, man. That's what Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Okay, and it says, that's how he's going to make a man more precious than fine gold, because you're going to have people running around looking for the men of the Lord at that time, but they ain't going to be able to find them because it's going to be a famine of the word. All right. It says, therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall move out of her place, and the wrath of the Lord of hosts in the day of his fierce anger. He's building weapons of his indignation, and indignation means righteous anger, man. All right. It says, and it shall come, and it shall be as the chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. they shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone to his own land. And everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children shall also be dashed into pieces before their eyes. And these are all the things that are going to happen in the midst of this war, man. All right. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. All right. Because it's going to be a total chaos at that time, man. All right. This is after the RFID chip is implemented. That's when those missiles is going to be sent forth. Okay. It said, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. And the Medes is Russia. And you already see in Russia, Vladimir Putin said he's building his nuclear arsenal to keep world peace. He said the more of a military might that they have, the more he feels, the more that he can keep America at bay. All right, but the thing about it is, the Most High muster up the thoughts of men. So it's going to become a time where the Russia's going to be like, fuck it, and hit the button. All right, it says, Isaiah 13:17, it says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. All right, so I mean, Russia don't care about these sanctions and none of the stuff that's going on in the trade market because they got their own dealings that they're dealing with China. So like, there's nothing that America could offer Russia to stop them from doing what they're about to do because it's all done by the will and the power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. It says, their bows shall also dash the young men to pieces. They shall not have pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. All right, so they know within war, it's going to be a lot of casualties, and it's going to be a lot of like what they would deem as innocent bystander casualties. All right, the casualties of war. Not everybody that dies in war is a part of the military. All right, but nobody's going to care about that. Okay. All right. Next scripture is Revelations 18:6. It says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. Because, all right, just a few months ago, what did after Trump announced Jerusalem be the capital of Israel, but the next day they bombed Syria or bombed Iraq, or they bombed somebody. So America's always been shooting missiles off on everybody. They shot hundreds of thousands of missiles at these other countries and, you know what I'm saying, throughout the whole world. So it says reward unto her. If they've shot countless numbers of missiles, it's going to be millions of missiles shot at this place, man. All right. It says, unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill it to her double. All right, and that cup is slavery, hell, because he says he brings forth hell everywhere he goes, man. He enlarges his desire and brings hell everywhere he goes, man. All right, and this devil's going to be destroyed, man, with his own technology that was, and the thoughts of that technology was put into his mind by Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. All right, this is Deuteronomy 32:42. It said, and the water to Apostle Dahar for putting out a list of scriptures on his video, dealing with the arrows and the missiles, man. The water to Apostle. All right, this is Deuteronomy 32:42. It says, I will make mine arrows drunk with the blood, and my sword shall devour flesh. And the modern day sword is a gun. So it's missiles and guns that's going to be devoured the flesh. And that with the blood of the slain and of the captives from the beginning of revenge is upon the enemy. All right. All right. So that destruction, we're gonna rejoice in the destruction and the revenge of that Yahweh by Shem Yahushua places upon our enemies, man. You know, we're gonna rejoice in that day. All right. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 14. It says, put yourselves in array against Babylon round about. All ye that bend the bow, all y'all that have missiles, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, spare no missiles. Like everybody's going to unleash their whole arsenal against this devil. For she has sinned against the Lord. Shoot against her round about. She has given her hand her fornication, her foundations are falling. So that missile defense system has fallen in America. They ain't gonna be able to defend themselves when these missiles are being shot off. There's gonna be so many missiles shot off, even if the missile defense is working right, they wouldn't be able to get all the missiles. All right. It says her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord. Take vengeance upon her as she has done, do unto her. All right. So basically, you know, that missile defense is gonna be nothing. And they ain't gonna be able to do nothing with all these missiles that's gonna be shot off at America, man. America's gonna be destroyed by thermonuclear warfare, man, after the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast, is implemented. Okay? This is Psalms 58:6. It says, break their teeth, O Yahweh, in their mouth. All right, meaning break their teeth, break their might, break their armies, break their might down. All right. It says, break out the great teeth of the young lion, O Yahweh. It says, let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut into pieces. So all these missiles that America is going to shoot are going to be shot down by these other nations. They ain't gonna be able to fuck with nobody. All right, the military. Everybody think America has the strongest military in the world, man. But you got a lot of military forces that are coming. You got Ethiopia, you got India, you got Iran, you got, North Korea, China, Japan. You know, well, Japan no, but North Korea and China. It just is what it is, man. All right, like the missiles that they're gonna be shooting off gonna be weak compared to what all the rest of these nations are gonna do to America, man. It says, as a snail which melted, let every one of them pass away. Let the untimely birth of a woman, like a untimely birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun. Meaning like that's a stillborn baby. That's how they want them to pass away, man. It says, before the pots can feel the thorns, he shall take them away as the whirlwind, both living and in his wrath. All right, those pots, all right, are the elect. All right, if I'm not mistaken, can feel the thorns, and the thorns are the missiles. All right, he shall take them away, meaning beam us up in the chariots in a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath. So as he's beaming us up in the chariots, he's going to be destroyed. Simultaneously as he's beaming us up in the chariots. All right, the missile's going to be hitting the earth. So his mercy and his wrath are going to be hitting at the same time. If you get what I'm saying. All right. Next scripture is Jeremiah 51. I could have started at 1, but I'm going to start at 11. It says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. All right. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, Russia, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it. And you know, Russia's been showing off their military might, right? Been having certain parades, been going to these what are they called? It's like this military arms weaponry seminars, and Russia's been sticking their chest out, displaying their power, man. It says, make bright the arrows, gather the shield. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, for his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. All right, because all the atrocities that, you know what I'm saying, that he's done to the children of Israel, man. All right, let me get another one. I think I'm gonna close it out in a second. This is Habakkuk 3:11. It says, the sun and moon stood in their habitation, and the light of the arrows they went. And at the shining of the glittering spear, which is the missiles, thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst thresh the heathen in anger. All right, and that's what the Lord's doing, man. Gonna thresh the heathen in anger, man. All right, I'm going to end it with 13. It says, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for the salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked, by discovering the foundations, all right, until the neck. Selah. All right. All right, with that being said, I want to give all glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rekakwadash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Arkham that are pushing this truth and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. And peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Like I said before, I really hope this lesson was edifying, and I hope it's precise and on point. All right, and we're almost out of here, Akim. It's almost time for those missiles to touch down after they implement this RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, all glory and praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Shalom, Akim.